everyone, the topic today is the mixed operations of addition and subtraction of decimal. So throughout this chapter, you will learn how to perform the mixed operation of addition and subtraction of decimal. You learn how to solve the related problem, and you will learn how to estimate the answer. Alright, turn to page 19 of your 5C textbook, and here is some hints for you to do the calculation. Alright, so let me start for the first one. So for the first question, before we start it, you have to read the question. The question asking you how much cheaper. So you have to underline how much because there's a question. How much cheaper is it? And you have the next one, you have to circle the data information. So you buy two package of the biscuits, so you circle the price here. And here is the special part if you buy two packages of the biscuits. So all the information that I need, I circle all the information. And for the next one, for this question, which means that the original prices should be expensive than the selling price. So which means that you need to do the subtraction. You need to do the subtraction by using the original price subtract the selling price. So here is the number sentence. So after you write the number sentence, you can go to the column form, do the calculation one by one from left to right. Okay, then here come to the column form, you write down the first one and align the decimal point. Don't forget that you have to align the decimal point. Do the calculation one by one, write it back as a step, and then do the calculation again. You can find out the answer is 2.8. So after you write down the answer, and then you can write down the last statement, is 2.8 cheaper. So some of you may not write down the dollar sign here. So for this one, if you write down the dollar sign, you must include the zero at the back. You must go to the hundredths place. If you write down it like this, no zero, you can use the unit dollar. So you either write down dollar sign 2.80 or $2.8. Okay. So for the second question, you have to highlight the question. How much did she pay altogether? So it's asking you how much, and then altogether, which means that you have to add these two together. And then you have to circle the need the information. You have to buy these two, so you have to circle the price here because you need to buy these two. So you have to buy these two and how much altogether, so you have to add these two together. Okay, for the first one, this one is for the orange juice because they're telling you that there's 3.50 less, so you have to use 17.2 minus 3.5, and then you add these two numbers together to find out the final answer. So when you're shopping, you can also round up all the price to the nearest dollars so that you can estimate how much that you have to pay. Okay, for example, this one. First of all, you can see that it's 2 smaller than 5. So if you round up this number, it will become 17. The second one is see that after decimal point is 5. So after you round off 5 or above, you have to round it up, and one of it will become 4. And then for this one, after the decimal point is 7, bigger than 5, so if you round off, you have to add 1 back here, so it is 11. So after that, you can estimate your answer should be about $24. Okay, so and we have to do the calculation now. So you do it one by one. Show me the step. 17.2 minus 3.5, and you find out the answer is 13.7, and you write it back and add 10.7. You can find the answer is 24.4. 24.4. So if you write down dollar sign, don't forget that you have to write down 0 here. And some of you maybe write down 24.40 here, if you keep the 0 here, you must simplify your answer become 24.4. Otherwise, you will lose marks here. Okay. Alright, if we come to the question 3. Question 3, after you see the number sentence here, you have to write it back in the column form, align the decimal point, and second fill in the 0 if any. There's no need for this one. And then you do the calculation one by one. And 5 plus 8, you should be at 1 here. It's 3, and then 4 plus 7 plus 1, and then you can add 1 here, 2, and then 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. Don't forget that the decimal point, put it back, okay? And then you can find out the answer. There's a 42.3, and 42.3 minus 20, so 42.3 minus 20.6. Okay, you can do the calculation one by one. If this not enough, borrow from the other page, and then you can find out the answer. There's a 7 decimal point, keep here. 1 minus 0 is 1, 4 minus 2 is 2, so you can find out the answer 21.7. Alright, here comes to the question 4. And you see that there's a 17 here. 17, if I want to add back the decimal point, I can add it after the digit place. Alright, and then you can add it 0, 0. So 17.00 is equal to 17. So these two, you see that this one 17.00 is equal to this one. So before you write the 17 here, you have to align the decimal point. After you align the decimal point, if there are any space, you can fill in the 0. Okay, you have to know that you have to align all the digits and then adding the 0 if there's some missing part. So after you do the subtraction, the answer will become 15.19, and then do the addition, and then you can find out the answer. There's a 22.30, right? And I see that some of you write down the answer equal to 22.30. It's not simplified. Make sure that you simplify your answer, delete this 0, and to become 22.3. Alright, for the question 5, before you keep on watching this video, I think you can stop for around 30 seconds. After you do this question by yourself, you can go back to the video and check the answer. Alright, so for this question, you have to do the calculation one by one. For example, there's a 45.08 minus 29.6. So you keep the decimal point here and then write it back. There's a 29.6, and then you see that there's a missing part here, fill in 0. Okay, and then you can do the calculation one by one. 8 plus 0 is 8. 0 minus 6 is not enough, borrow from before, and then you need to do the calculation one by one. Don't forget the decimal point. Okay, and then you can find out the answer. There's a 15.48, and then you have to plus 8.27, and then you can find out the answer. There's a 23.75. Alright, for the class study part, you have to finish it by yourself, and we will check the answer later. And the next one, and the next page is page 21. You'll see that we have more than 3 numbers here, and do the calculation. If there are more steps involved, you also can write it down in the column form separately, one by one, so you can do the calculation correctly. For the first one is 6.7 minus 3.8, and you do the calculation, find the answer is 12.9. You can write it back. For these two becomes 2.9, and then copy the remainder part. Here. And then the next one, you do the calculation for these two, and then you find out the answer is 7.4. So you write it down. This is 7.4 here, 7.4. Okay, and you copy paste the answer. The last part of the answer you copy paste, and you have the Answer is 7.4 minus 5.6, and you do the calculation again, then you find out the answer is 1.8, and then you can write it back. So you just do it one by one so that you can make sure that you can get the correct answer. Alright, for the question 2, like the thing that we did before, you just only do the question one by one, do the calculation one by one, and copy the remaining part to the step. Okay, so for example, this 15.8 minus 13.4, do the subtraction directly, and then you get the answer 2.4, and then you can write it back. So 2.4 minus 2.3, this is 0.1, write it back and add it together, the answer become 11.6. Okay, this is for the question 2. And for the question 3, I see that if you see that there's some brackets here, which means that you have to do it first. Okay, do the bracket part first. So you have to add these two numbers together. Don't forget that if you find that there's some space here, fill in the 0. Okay, and then you can find out the answer that the 15.6, you can write it back, and then you also can do the subtraction. The final answer becomes 5.2, and then you can write it back. Okay, for the next one, you see that there's some bracket, so you have to do this first. Alright, for the first part, this 48.30 minus 25.42. Do the subtraction, the final answer becomes 22.88. And then the next part, the part 2 here, 5.02 plus 4. Add the decimal point and do the calculation as usual. Get the answer is 9.02. And then you can do this to the subtraction of these two, and you can find the answer is 13.86. So this is the answer for the question 4. And then the next one, question 5. Question 5, you see that we have the number here, and you found that 8.3 is not enough to subtract 10.72. So what you have to do is you have to arrange the order. If you arrange the order, you have to arrange it as a whole together with the operation that before the number. So for this one is minus 10.72, and this one is plus 16.91. So you have to change it first. 8.3 plus 16.91 minus 10.72, and then you can do the calculation one by one for these two. You can find out the answer is 25.21. Then you can write the answer back, copy the thing that you didn't do it yet, so you write down and do the calculation here, and then you can find out the answer is 14.49, and then you can write it back. This is for the question 5. For the page 22 of your 5C test book, this part the class study. You have to finish it and we will check the answer later. Alright, we have the next question. Charity is shopping at a supermarket here. Alright, before we do this question, we have to know what skill that we have for doing this word problem. You first have to read the question and then highlight the needed information and the word that tell you the operation. And if you still don't have any idea, you can draw a picture if it can help you to know what you have to do right now. Okay, so for the question is how much money was stolen, and then it's the keywords how much money, and then you have to circle the information that you need, so you have to read it one by one. So how many cash that Cherry have is just enough to pay these two. Okay, so the money that she have should be the sum of these two numbers. And then when making the payment, she found that part of the money was stolen and only have this number left. Alright, there's a keyword left. So after she wants to pay it, she found that she only have $0.8 left. So what she have to do is she have to find out how much money that was stolen by others. So the original price she have is the sum of these two numbers, and then now she only have this number. So you can find out by using this calculation is 17.0 plus 13.2 minus 0.8, because it's the money that she have now, but before she have the money is the sum of these two total. Okay, and then you do the calculation one by one. Okay, and then these two added together is 30.8 minus 0.8, so it should be 30. So you have to write down this $30 was stolen. And then before we do the calculation, we have to read the question plus. So we have to do it one by one. For the question 1, the question is how much money did 8 have before withdrawing from ATM. So we have to circle the information that we need for the A. Okay, so is these two number, because these two related to A. Okay, so before because the question asking you how much did did A have before withdrawing from the ATM. So A have this kind of number, and then he gets 200 after withdrawing from ATM, and he have $218.6 after that. So it's asking you this one. So you can find this by using the subtraction, and you can find out the answer is 18.6. And for the next one, it's asking you how much money for B. So B have these two number, okay, which means that we have 15 notes and then have some coins here. The total of the coin is 26.30. Okay, so what is the sum? What is in total? Which means that you have to add it together. So the answer is 76.3. So we have $76.3. The next one, how much money does C have? So before shopping, C have before shopping. So that is before I don't know how much here, but after C have this $5.20, and then have the one receive 21.40 and the second receive 12.80. So how much that C have before? Alright, should be sum of these three numbers. So you add it together, do the calculation, you find out the answer is $39.4 before shopping. Alright, after you find out the answer, so who is the most suspicious one? And you know that for A, he has 18.0, and then for B, he has a 50 note plus some coins. The sum of the coins should be 26.30. And then for C, he has $39.4 altogether. And Cherry lost Cherry lost $30. So after you read all the things, you see that A is $18.6, so it won't be A. And for B have a 50 note and the coin is 26.30. It's not enough for 30. So B is not impossible. So we know that the C is the most suspicious one. Okay, so after that, so the police also need to compare the height of the three suspects. So the height for these three people, and we know that suspect A is 1.75 m, and then B is 0.13 m shorter than A, and then C is 0.06 m taller than B. So what is the height of the suspect C in m? So as you know that you have to find out the answer one by one. So you know that A is 1.75 and B is some shorter than A, so B should be 1.75 minus 0.13. And then for the question, C is high as is taller than B for 0.06. So C should be the height of B plus 0.06. Okay, see that? Plus 0.06. Okay, so for C, it should be 1.75 minus 0.13 plus 0.06. If you draw a bracket here, it's also okay. So it doesn't matter that you have it or you don't have it. So, and then you can do the calculation one by one, align the decimal point, do the calculation, find out the answer. It should be 1.68. Alright, for the next one. The next one, the question 4 is telling you that it's asking you the height of the suspect in M. So you have to highlight the question, the height of the suspect in M. Okay, and then you can read the question, circle the needed information. So it's telling you that the cluster TV Cherry's money was stolen by the man who is 0.16 meters shorter than the good shelf. So the good shelf is the information that you need, the height of good shelf and 0.1 centimeter shorter. Okay, and then what is the height for this person? So it should be the sum of these bookshelves and minus 0.16. Alright, it should be 0.88 plus 0.96 and minus 0.16, and then you can do the calculation. It should be 1.68. So the height of a subspace is 1.68 meter. Okay, so after that, you know that he should be C. The subspace C steals Cherry's money. So for the next one, question 5. Question 5, you also have to read the question. Thus, question asking you how much money left here. Alright, so you see the left is also using the subtraction to do the calculation. Okay, and then you have the second one, highlight the needed information. So the information is she had $28 at first after she buy 2 bottles of oranges. Alright, how much money that was left? Okay, which means that she have $28 and she buys 2 oranges and asking you how much left. Okay, so you do the calculation one by one. It's 28 minus these 2, so you have to add these 2 together first. So add a bracket here, 28 minus open bracket 13.2 plus 13.2 close bracket, and do the calculation inside the bracket first. and then you can find out the answer. This is a 1.6. Okay, this dollar sign 1.60 was left. And for the next one, so are there any other ways for doing the calculation? So of course yes, because you can do it one by one, do the subtraction one by one. You can still find the answer. This is the 1.6. Okay, so you can either write down either write down 28 minus open bracket 13.2 plus 13.2, or you can write down 28 minus 13.2 and by one more minus 13.2. They two are the same. So for the next one, it's about high order thinking. It's telling you that John had $100. So it's asking you these two questions. One question is how much different type, and one question is how much money. If the question asking you like this, buy the following stationery, is also come up with the cheapest one. Because for the cheapest one you can buy more, so you just find out how many cheapest one that he can buy. So you see that this one around 30, this one around 30, and then this one around 40, and then this one around 50. So John maybe buy this 1, 2, 3 stationery. Alright, that's what I guess, and you can check the answer after you do some calculation on it. So wow. Alright, so how much money does she left? Okay, and I cross out everything first. So I guess he can buy this free. Alright, so I just do the calculation for this free thus. So it is 32.40 plus 41.150, and then you do the calculation one by one and plus $25.00, and then you can do the calculation. This 8, this 9. Alright, lucky. After you add these three together, the answer comes to 98.90. This amount is less than 100, so John can buy these three types of the stationery. And the question asking you how much is left. So you can use 100 decimal point minus 19.9. Alright, space here at the back. So you do the calculation one by one. Alright, and then you can get the answer. Decimal point 100, cross it. So the answer is 1.10. So dollar sign 1.10 is left, or you can this one, or you can write it down $1.1 is left. Okay. For the next one, is see that sometimes we have the special discount price here. Okay, like this. If you buy one, it's 6.1. If you buy 4, it will be cheaper. It will become 22. Okay. And some of the supermarkets also introduce the discount cards. For example, this one, you see that the discount here, you buy the same product, you will get some discount like this. Alright, let's think. If she buy 4 milk, she have to pay $22. But if she have the discount card And you see that in the discount cost there is the $10.40 for 2. Okay, and then we need to buy 4. So how much does we need to pay for milk? Which means that's 10.4 for 2, and then we need 4, so you have to add 10. Oh, you have to add 10.40 together. All right, it's $20.8. $20.8 is for 4 milk. Okay, so after you do the calculation, you compile the price here, and you find that it is true that more money can be saved by showing the discount cards, or because you do the calculation. If you know discount cards, you have to pay $22. You have it, you only need to pay $20.80, so more money can be saved. So for this question, I want to explain somewhat about the dollar sign here. And you see that if you use the dollar sign, you either write down, if you don't have, right, yeah. So may I just write down like this? If you have the dollar sign here, if you don't have the decimal point, no decimal point. Alright, no decimal point, then you just write down the dollar directly. If you have decimal point, you have to write down up to 100 place. Alright, either you don't have decimal points, you just write down the number directly. If you have the decimal point here, you have to write down up to the 100 place. So this is 20.80, this is 22. Alright, there's a difference for these two. So do you know that any other special shopping offer, you can find it from supermarket, and you can find it by yourself. Okay. For the exercise 3, you have to do it by yourself, and we will check the answer later. So before the end of this chapter, here are some skills that I want to highlight. For example, when you deal with the word problem, what you have to do is you have to read the question once, highlight the keywords and also the needed information from the question, and also need to highlight the word that tell you the operation if you can find it, and draw a picture if it helps. And also you can draw a bar model to help you to finish the question. Alright, and apart from the calculation step, what you mainly use in the column form, you first have to align the decimal point. You have to fill in the 0 at the back if you think that is needed. You have to perform the calculation and use so. And also, after you finish the calculation, you have to delete the 0 on the right hand side of the number. Alright, like for example, you can see there's a 12.30. If there's an answer, you have to cross out the 0 here. Okay. So for the next part, how can you know there's an addition or subtraction problem? Here is some hints. For the addition problems, you can see that sometimes it will show you altogether or total, which means that the topic is talking about the addition. Sometimes for the subtraction question, it will show you how many left or less, how much more. The comparison word here is also telling you to use the subtraction to do the question. Okay, but don't forget that you also can use the bar method to solve the problem. Like you can addition parts, maybe you can use this one, two parts that add together become the bigger one. Subtraction part, maybe there's a bigger one at first and you separate into two parts, and you can do the calculation one by one. Okay, to see which bar method will we use in solving those questions. Okay, that's the end of this chapter, and see you in the next lesson. Bye.